Today we're talking about sexual agency in Disney characters, and we're drinking Moroccan mint tea. Great.
For Jasmine.
Okay,
everywhere.
Because also, we're starting with Jasmine because Caroline had not yet experienced the song A Whole New World as a cunnilingus metaphor.
I had not. It was
If you haven't,
incredible.
go listen to that song right now.
Watch a clip. Like, go to YouTube, watch the facial expressions.
She takes her face and puts it in a flower.
It's not subtle. Jasmine does get this sexual awakening kind of like agency moment, but she's also one of yet another Disney heroines of color who is really sexualized with that incident with Jafar particularly.
Jafar clearly wants her and as a means to power. He's never responded to her beauty. He's never responded to her body. He's only seen her as a means to gain control of the throne, gain control of
wants
real
her
power.
out of the way up until that point.
Exactly. So it was just so out of left field. And I think that hits into the other Disney characters who have these, what I'm going to call erotic dance red dress moments.
Yeah, we've got Esmerelda from Hunchback of Notre Dame, who our first images of her are of her dancing, and then we get this frollo moment with her where she is doing a sexy, very sexual dance.
People talk about Gaston as being sort of the epitome of the, like, patriarchal male villain. But Frollo, in terms of Disney villains, he has sexual power and
institutional power.
And it is very much a part of his villainy.
Yes.
That he desires Esmeralda.
Which her response to that with her body and sexual agency, I think can be really, really powerful. But because those are the only women we get in Disney doing that, like the other sexual awakening moments do not look like that when it's a white girl. That's what's the underlying problem, right?
Yeah, the other example that comes to mind is Megara, who again uses her sexuality to get what she wants. We see the strings on her. We see how Hades is possessive and controlling of her.
We always see her like get snarky and sexy and move her body and then just be like, oh. You just see the wearing self-cost of how when you do that, you're basically cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Megara being the only Disney heroine who has an ex. And her ex and her previous sexual experience is what Hades uses to control her.
Yes, it's having a sexual history at all.
Which is really different from virginity metaphors we get with Tangled and Rapunzel.
Yeah, Rapunzel as a fairy tale is 100% an allegory for losing one's virginity.
The witch usually discovers it. Oh, my dresses are getting tight. What's happening to me? You're pregnant. It's sort of a tale about sexual knowledge as well.
And then we get Elsa and Frozen. For so many people, it's such a clear coming out. Having this more revealing dress that she makes for herself is actually a really declarative moment where she assumes her power very literally.
The iconography even of that song, the stamping foot and the big wide gestures, everything points to that this is her decision and that this is for the first time she's living life as her true self.
And the only time we ever get Jasmine where we feel like she's dressed herself is when she's actually in the marketplace and she's basically like hijabbed and covered, mostly because she's trying to hide. Yeah. And so much of her story really is about trying to find sexual agency and trying to find a way that she can decide who a sexual partner is for her. I just think it misses the mark because it gets so orientalizing and because you don't have that arc with any other princesses that are white.
Yeah, white girls just aren't sexy, I guess.
So
poor us. Our lives are so hard, no one finds us sexy.
Ooh, hold on. We are sarcasm. Just
tea.
A lot of sarcasm. So Reed elects supply with an army Disney princesses with sexual agency.
I would supply Megara with an army.
Oh yeah,
for
I'd
sure.
Totally give her an army.
She would make the best use of an army. Jasmine needs to be sultan.
She needs to be like elected.
Yeah.
She needs to be Shekha. She needs to be an elected into a position of power.
I think Esmeralda would be an amazing read.
Yeah, because she's social justice warrior.
She
would run
she's
this
like
Tumblr
a
town.
Romani Lois Lane.
Yeah.
You guys.
She is coming out with like treatises and stuff.
I want this Tumblr now. show.
Cheers, girls. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.